Another episode of Random Guy Art Night on the 999 ASMR Tarot Visual Textures Show. We are going to be doing paper creatures. This is a paper creature that I made the other day. I wanted to smooth it out a bit. But we're going to start here with this. But the other day, 2 days ago, we made this mask. It needs a little tuning up as well. But we're going to start here with this. And what we have here is some goo, new goo. This isn't quite new goo, but we're going to use up this old goo first before we go on to the new goo. And so we'll just put some pieces of paper in here. And if you're watching this on the replay, feel free to turn the juice the video up a bit. Turn the speed up, so you can get the maximum relaxation effect from this process. Because after all, that's what we're here for. Put on a good show, but make some interesting creature out of paper mache. Something entertaining to look at. Maybe you learn something too. Learn that you too can entertain yourself with paper, flour, and water, and some kind of a skeleton to wrap it all up in. So, this is the old goo. Out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old and in with the new. But it is a holiday weekend, you know. A holiday is coming up really fast. Somebody hit the like button, but I don't see them. Oh, 3 people may have showed up. I don't know what kind of creature this is. Got to be careful there because the hindquarters are a little bit loose. A little bit loosey-goosey there. Maybe it's a dog. A prehistoric dog. A dino dog. It could be that. Jose Perez. Favorite singer. Who's your favorite singer? My favorite singer. My all-time favorite singer. You know, I like Roger Whittaker. That was my mom's favorite singer. My mom took me... The only concert I went to with my mom was to see... Yes, I do play games. I play games. I play card games. And my favorite games to play are slot machines. I am making a paper mache creature. You know, I know who Taylor Swift is, and I think I know who Drake is, or Bad Bunny, but you know what? I've actually never listened to any of those people. Paper mache, well, actually, this is just electrical wire that I'm used as a frame to make a creature. And we'll be... I gotta watch out. It's not behaving very well. Okay, Jen's channel and muffin. Go and after this video is over, go and sub to Jen's channel and muffin. Do I have a switch? What kind of a switch? Welcome, Zach Tanner. Welcome, Tanya Sales. Welcome, that nail girly. Welcome, Southern Mofo. Welcome, the great German Maine. Hello. Don't seal the poo-poo hole. Well, you know, I don't think I'm going to make a poo-poo hole in it. And what kind of switch are you talking about, Tanya? Welcome, Jen's channel and muffin. Welcome to a random night of paper mache art. A random night of paper mache. No, it's not going to have a... This is a imaginary paper dog, so it's not going to have any of those kind of... Do I play video games? Yes, I play puzzles like it looks like gravy. Yes, you know what? That's what it is. It's gravy. No, I don't have an Xbox. Actually, I don't play video. I play Keno slots. I play Keno slots on a app. I'm Sammy Smith. I am putting paper into paste, and this paste is almost done, and I'm making a creature. We're making a creature is what I'm doing. Needs to have more over here. Making a creature. Monopoly Go will be a game for you. Yeah, you know, I do play some like simple games. I don't. The last video game I had a PlayStation 1. That was the last gaming console I had, was a PlayStation 1. So I know that's a long time ago, and I played Final Fantasy 8 on a that's the last video game I played, and that was 20 years ago. An ankle biter? Well, maybe it's a dino dog. I don't know what it's going to be, actually. Yes, Sammy Smith, this is paper mache. I am out of this goo here, and I'm going to move over to another receptacle of goo. Paper mache goo, and this is a special recipe. Paper mache goo. So if you're liking what you see, feel free to push that like button up there, because I can see it. It's just sitting there. It says that only two people have liked my videos. It's gravy. It's not really forbidden. It's really easy to make. It's I made it out of flour. Welcome, Wild Coconut. Carol your way. Welcome, Thomas. Welcome to another night of random guy paper mache art. Your cat went on your phone. This is, the hindquarters are kind of loosey-goosey here, so we need to tighten this stuff up. Okay, let's just kick that in there. We'll work on the back end here. Hopefully, just put this over here. There's no easy way to do this, you know. Oh, good. Thank you for the 6 people that have liked this stream. You have to go. It's 1:33. It's like 10:30 here. Yeah, it is 10:30. Well, thank you for being here just for a few minutes, Wild Coconut. Thank you very much. So you're doing macaroni art at the current time? And send you back to vacation Bible school. So it's 9:30 for you up in Alaska. You know, I heard about that terrible landslide that happened up in Ketchikan. I hope that was that anywhere near where you're at. Oh, Sammy Smith, you could actually eat this. This is it's made out of flour, cornstarch, salt, and water, and then it's kind of heated up. There's the only thing that's toxic in the paste is when you start putting the paper into it. All right, I'll be coming on again tomorrow night around the same time. Okay. Yeah, I was just seeing that on the news, and that was just very terrible, very terrible. You know, there was a landslide like that up in Washington State about a decade ago, and I worked with a guy who lost half of his family in that landslide. He was I can't remember what tribe he was from, but it was about a decade ago. Okay, kids eat paper all the time. Yeah, I'm sure they do. That still doesn't mean the chemicals that they put in paper is any good, is good for you. Would you eat the paper, Sammy Smith? So, Thomas, if you're still on, would your yeah, of course, my Bible school people would never approve of the. Well, I don't know. I went to a Lutheran. I grew up in the Lutheran church, and the Lutherans were way more liberal because the Lutheran church that I grew in had a woman pastor. So, but the pastor she called me like a Gnostic, and said, "Oh, Bill, you're really like a Gnostic." Yeah, yeah. So yeah, you wouldn't eat it either. So well, neither would I. But I've certainly have eaten gravy made with this same recipe, except this has way more salt in it than anyone should ever consume. And so you put the salt in it to try to keep it from going rancid. Because if you leave the goo out for like overnight, unrefrigerated, it goes rancid. So when you put your paper mache creation out to dry, you want it to dry as quickly as possible. Otherwise, the glue, the goo goes rancid, and so you don't really want that to happen. And so you just kind of wrap the paper around it, and the wire frame is kind of difficult because it has like no you have to be, it's kind of delicate, but I like the wire frame. And I have to like go into the mausoleum to get this stuff. It's my father's old shop. My father died 12 years ago, and sometimes Oh, okay, Sammy Smith. Tomorrow night I'm going to probably come on at 11:11 Oregon time. I'm broadcasting out of Oregon. I live I live in Oregon, right smack dab in the middle of the state, about 25 miles from the ocean. So, not that you really need to know that, but am in the Coast Mountains, and I live in a very rural area. And as you know, people who live in rural areas are really weird, and um, so that's I grew up in a rural area, and Mary, oh, you came back again. You were here in my stream 2 nights ago, right? When I was making a mask, or was that some other night? Because all the days are starting to blend in together. Because I've been doing such a big push, and have been. Okay, so you live in a population. So the most populous center I lived in was in Seattle, and so I went from growing up from where I grew up to McMinnville, Oregon, which I lived in for about over a decade, and then I moved from McMinnville to Seattle. But McMinnville's population is like 27,000. So you're in a place where there's nobody at. So that means that you understand perfectly well what it's like to live in a rural area. Thomas, I made this thing out of paper clay, which I made it out of a milk carton. I made this out of a milk carton. Hey, hello, Mr. Brock. So, Sammy Smith, I will be coming on tomorrow night at 11:11 Pacific time, or the same time like Seattle time. So I'm kind of on the same time zone as Seattle, or Portland, Oregon, or San Francisco. So I am trying to make a paper mache creature. I don't know what kind of a creature it is. Cat1234, welcome. Cat1234, welcome to this madness here. It's much easier than what I did this afternoon, and I got really frustrated trying to paint a sunset. And I wasn't really. I was frustrated because it was taking so much time. I was hoping that I would be able to get it done in like under 90 minutes, but it went over 2 hours, and so but anyways, that's not really, that's neither here nor there. There's like 40 people looking in. I wonder how long they're looking for. About like 38 seconds or something like that. Maybe 40 seconds. What's that little thing? Mr. Brock, I am making a paper mache creature of some kind. I don't really know what it is, but I'm thinking on the first coat, it's really soupy wet right now because of all the goo. So a platypus and a snake dog. Yeah, that could be that. Wait, what does a platypus look like? Well, I don't want it to look very snaky because I want it to get some more body in its shape. So we're going to have to do something here to get that. And so I have to get it to bulk out. Bulking out. So, but when I cover the frame here pretty good, then I can go do something else to get it to bulk out. A beaver with a duck mouth. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, I just like put it together randomly. All this before trying, with the dog really pressuring me for dinner because Pee-wee won't eat unless I'm there eating. But that's just how the little dog is. So this is what a platypus looks like. Okay. All right. Oh, I see. I get you. So it's got like a dragon head. Got the little things here. I wonder how many views this video is going to have at the end. Tyson mentally. So what you came across is paper creations, paper creatures. It's Frankenstein. We're Frankensteining this thing together with flour, water, salt, cornstarch, and paper. 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 Did you ever see that movie, Waterworld, from a long time ago? When they came across paper, somebody would just come up to him and say, like, this was the most valuable thing in the world. Paper. Paper. I don't know. Maybe you just have to be there. This thing is stuck to my fingers here. This stuff here. So I think it's time. It wants to go on to the platypus dino dog. So yeah, this is like the best piece of entertainment tonight, ain't it? We are going to take this to give it some different structure. I'm going to put that around there. There it is. We got that on there. Oh, it's sticking to the... Oh, no, it lost a foot. It lost a foot. You're definitely coming back tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow night, what I'm going to do tomorrow night is I'm going to quick dry these things, and we're going to paint these things tomorrow night. So we're going to try and get to painting this mask here, and this thing here is what we're going to paint. You more think of money back in the Old West when money looked like companies? Yeah, so make sure you like and subscribe. I wish I didn't have to say that kind of stuff. I don't know. Everyone, I didn't say those words for the first year that I was like using this. You did this channel. Coupons, huh? Yeah. Okay. Let's take this other bit of this. Man, it's sticking to my fingers because everything's. Oh no, the glove ripped. Everything's sticking to my fingers here. This paper is so delicate. And then I'm not going to do anything on Sunday or Monday. So, yeah, I hate the damn art. Local kid, craft kid. Well, hello, Ethan. Ethan, from your local kid craft, welcome to Random Guy Art Night. Okay. Okay, all right. I'm almost going to feel like I need to take my hairdryer out and give it a little drying. I wish I had a heat gun, but you know what? We have what we have. I should probably put a heat gun on my wish list. Need to get this. This is just to give it some structure, to get it together. Okay, see that is all stuck to my finger. This stuff is really kind of sticky here. Well, that's right. I forgot to get a palette knife. I do have a palette knife around here though. Wild coconut, you can't sleep? Well, you know what? Maybe after watching this video, you'll fall right to sleep, Wild Coconut, and welcome back. Welcome back, because I remember you from the last time. And we are moving along. I'm going to put this piece in and try to get some bulk in here. Bulking up the shoulders, making it look bigger. Okay. Why is this leg cocked out so far? Maybe it's in a run. Maybe that's what's going on. So you were here when I was making this Wild Coconut, right? You remember this mask? This is what I was making the last time you were here. So you're back again, Sammy. Did you find anything interesting out there in the wild west of the vertical stream? So that was, if I remember right, that's what I was making the last time you were here. But then again, I've been doing a couple streams a day, just doing this big giant push, because I'm coming up on 24 months of this channel, and I'm well over. I would like to get up to 800 subs today if that's possible, because 800 subs would be just 35 people pushing the sub button. And it'd be really, really nice if I could make 1,000 subs before my 2-year mark, but I know that's not going to happen. I know that's not going to happen at all, but nevertheless, that's what I'm dreaming about right now, is getting oh, you guys are so kind. You're just very kind and generous with that, with your I just do a lot of practice, that's all. It's just about practice. Let's see if we can get this ear to come up. Maybe it's like a donkey, but with a platypus bill donkey. Yeah, some lady pushed my PayPal button the other day, too. I'm still shocked about that. But anyways, I'm not like trying to put solicit for donations or anything. All right, let's see what we got here. Does this still have more goo on it? And I can bring... Oh, it's getting to be like a... You'll not, okay, because you are in... Because you start school in a week? Are you like in... Yeah, okay. Oh, well, you know what? I will be doing some... It's 2 a.m. there, so Wild Coconut, I will be doing a Sunday afternoon stream somewhere, someplace between 12 and 1 p.m. Pacific time almost every Sunday. So almost every Sunday, not this Sunday because this is a holiday weekend and I'm taking a holiday. I'm going to take 2 days off of streaming, and I have some long play videos that I want to edit up, and they're just kind of like sitting in limbo in my video editor. And so here we go. It looks like hell right now. It looks like a really raggy dog, or a ragged. But I want to work on the back side a little bit and put a little bit more of this purple paper down. So now you have the time to watch me. Yeah, so on Sunday afternoons, it'll be like, I'm going to say, well, you know, it's a really, if I want to say like noon, I would like to do it at noon, but that's really pushing it with my my caregiving duties. And so I take care of my mother, who's in her mid 80s, and so, and then there's a little dog that I take care of, and so that kind of really pushes things a lot. So, but I think I can probably commit to 12:30 on Sundays, and what I'll do is okay. Thank you, Roy, for subscribing to my channel. Thank you very much. This is looking very ragged and looking like caca here. I shouldn't say that, but it's just hard to. This stuff is, my fingers are so sticky with the glue. But yes, so I'm gonna be. I'll start that not this Sunday, but the next following Sunday. I will be doing a Sunday afternoon, about between 12:30 and 1 o'clock on Pacific Standard Time. And I will try to have a thumbnail out and scheduled before that time. Slider, thank you. Welcome. Is that Nolan? Nolan, welcome. Welcome. So it's starting to take shape. And I need to anchor this stuff in some better. So, you know, I'm going to use this other anchoring material, which doesn't look so great. Paper towel makes for a great anchoring material. I think I'm going to punch a hole in it for the tail. The face of the world. Hello from, yes, I do remember you from India. I remember you very well. Let's put some goo on the tail here. And some goo over here. Just some goo around here just to get it to stick. Okay. Peace be with you. Blessings and peace be with you, wild coconut. All right, let's see here. Well, it probably wasn't quite what I was going to do, but all right, let's take this. The paper towel looks terrible, but it gives structure. And at this stage of the game, we need a lot of structure in making, I'm going to put this thing over the tail. See if we can get it to go over the tail. Strength and structure. So we need to put some more glue. Yes, thank you. Blessings and peace to you. And have a wonderful rest of your holiday and a wonderful week. And when you get back into school, make sure you work really hard and get good grades. Light clips. I am making something, and I am not quite sure exactly what it's going to be right now, but I am working on it. I'm giving it structure and strength and using this paper towel in order to glue the whole thing together. And then we will start adding more layers of paper and glue and paper and glue. That is what we're doing right now. And so the paper towel doesn't look all that wonderful, but it works really, really well for adding structure to a to your paper mache creature. Especially when you start adding the glue on top of it. It's not, just going to just add a bunch of bulk to it. Just want to bulk it up. Yeah. So now we're going to add some of the paste right on top of it. Yes, I can show you one I've already made. This is one that I made about 6 weeks ago, using almost the same method. And this is something I made just 2 nights ago. And last Sunday afternoon, this is what I made last Sunday afternoon out of an egg carton, and this same paper mache paste. I just started doing paper mache. I don't remember making it in school. I probably did, but I have no recollection of making paper mache when I was taking art in high school. I probably did in kindergarten or something like that, but I really just don't remember, and that was so long ago. So long ago. But I want to put some more layers in here. So like clips, this is, I don't really want to touch this too much because it's going to, this is what I did this afternoon. That's, my talents lie, well, they're just things that I'm interested in, and I am working at them. And that's really what a talent is. I kind of want to see if I can, if I, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to add layers until it gets bigger. That's what we're going to do. Thank you. You are very kind. Let's just put this on this leg over here. And then we're going to come back in and add a little stiffer paper type. But we need to have just as much structure on this little dino doggy thing as possible before I go up to a stiffer paper. So we're coming back in over here, back to the tail, and well, see, this glue here is, I made this glue just before I made this glue this evening, and it's a very easy recipe. It's 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of salt, and another tablespoon of cornstarch. And then a cup of water, and then you bring it up to, then you whisk it together while it's cold, and you slowly bring the temperature up until it thickens. So that's how you make this. It's just a very simple recipe. And you know what the beauty is? When you use a cooked paper mache paste, it dries clear. And it doesn't, so when you use a non-cooked paper mache paste, it dries up and it leaves a residue on your piece. And so if you're going to paint it, then you got to add gesso onto the surface in order to. You have to add gesso first, and then this tail is getting to be really bulky, so it's more like another appendage. So it's less sleek and elegant of a tail type and more. So which makes me think I'm going to add feathers onto this guy's backside, and so it's going to be some kind of a feathery feathered creature. Because I kind of like that, because I have some construction paper that I can use. But then I might use just straight up newspaper to do it as well. And then I will paint that newspaper later. And so let's just go down and do this, get this thing done. Oh, this paper is so delicate. It's just starting to tear because it's not all right, 22:11. There's 22 people watching in, and 12 likes. Good, 12 likes. That's better than no likes. At least 12 people like what I'm doing. All right, let's do this. Okay. I'm going to switch paper types here. I think we'll do less of this paper. Still need to do the front side, but you know what? We're going to work on this side first. This is going to give it a little bit more structure because this is from a paper bag. And using this paper from a paper bag will I'm going to put this in over here. Do not want the paper to tear or anything like that. Yeah, it uses a lot of glue. So we're going to, this paper is stuck to my fingers there. So we're going to cut up some paper. Cutting paper is nothing exciting, but it is necessary. The building blocks of paper mache is paper. And maybe just a little bit more. Hello, Cat123. Welcome back. Welcome back. Let's just do some of this. To do for you today. To do to you today. Hey, 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 hey. Welcome to here. Hey, 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 hey. Here we go. Giving it structure. Everybody's so quiet. So how are you doing, Cat? 1, 2, 3, 4? Mm-hmm. It's like a really thin body. Feels like the body just needs to get thicker. Maybe we can get it to bulk out a little bit. I'm going to put this on here. There's some little fly that's flying around. Mr. Dingleberry, I am making a some kind of a paper mache creature. It's a mythical creature from the distant past. That's what this is. Some kind of a mythical thing. Something that exists only in the imagination of a random guy. That's what we're making right now. You know, because I'm just some random guy on YouTube trying to entertain people in a non-AI way. Out here in the Wild West of the internet. You want to taste? Doesn't that look tasty? This is like a flavorless gravy, an extremely salty, flavorless gravy. Yeah. So it's going to taste like, you know those gravy packages that you get in the store? Like a white sauce or or a brown sauce. Well, it's going to taste exactly like a white sauce that you might use in like biscuits in the gravy, but without all the flavor and without any of the cream. And so this is what it's going to taste like. So if you were making gravy without butter and without cream, this is what you would make it. So yeah, it has a taste. It has a taste. So that's what it tastes like. It tastes like just like what I said. If you made gravy without adding any butter, milk, or cream, and it would be very bland, and so you probably wouldn't really like it, but you could use it to. It wouldn't taste terrible, so it probably would taste. I'm going to guess that it would taste like cream of wheat made without any of the cream. Or if you have you ever had corn grits before? And you made and it would kind of taste like that too. The like grits. And if you have that grits without any butter, it's gonna be pretty flavorless. And so that's what it's gonna taste like. And let's kind of put some. This is going to take a lot longer to dry than I'm thinking. I'm going to have to put it in the oven to get it to. Yes, I still am, Alaska. I am still working on it. This is going to take a while. It's going to probably take me the entire 90 minutes that I'm going to be on to make this thing. And then when I'm done with this stream, I'm going to film 2 long play episodes. Of course, I'm going to get up and I'm going to have some watermelon first because I'm kind of going to do that. So we're going to put this leg on here to give it some bulk. To wrap that, encase up that stuff, the dino dog. You know, it does have like a Komodo dragon like tail on it. So yeah, dino dog is kind of what this is. Come on. Let's get it to go wrap around. Pull it tight. That leg is like a tree trunk, you know? It's got this tree trunkish leg. Mm-hmm. Yes, the dino doggy bag, yeah. Let's just do a little bit more down on this foot. And I think I'm gonna do something, changed my mind on the fly about doing something, and but I'm gonna go add a little bit more just to give it some body over here. Looks like I need to do down to 15. Yeah. And cut some paper here. Make some nice paper cutting moves. Yeah, sorry. But you know what? Maybe that's the perfect mask to wear for Halloween, wouldn't you think? Maybe it's a funerary mask for an alien. Yeah. So what I was like thinking about was painting it like it was like an alien face or an alien face. So it's like, they found a tomb of a long dead alien, like deep in the jungle of South America, and that's the mask that they found that was on top of the body of the skeleton of the alien. That's the story I'm going with. I think that makes a good story, right? But yeah. So it doesn't have any eye slit holes for at this current time, and I don't know if I am going to put eye slit holes, but I'm trying to get into this art fair, and if I get into this art fair, I am going to see if I will take some of this. So it would be near if they found it, it would be near the pyramids then? Which pyramids? Like the ones down in the Aztec ones? Because there's pyramids all over the world, you know. Wait, do you ever watch the Y-Files, Aziru? Because I think the Y-Files talked about... Oh, you were thinking about those pyramids. I think there's like the pyramids in... there's some people who think, like, there's pyramids in Alaska, too. And there's underneath the pyramid in Alaska is like a hidden UFO base. Maybe modern technology can do those pyramids. It's just that we choose because it may not need modern technology to build those pyramids. That's the thing, is because like the big statues at Easter Island, they've proven that with ropes, you can walk with with a couple dozen people. You can walk those stones, just walk them around. You can walk them. You can do this some motions like this, and you can walk those stones. And so all of those stones and stuff can be moved with levers and ropes, and you could move them with water more than using barges and waters and more than anything else. And so it's starting to bulk up. I think I want to see if I can bulk this up just a little bit more. What did I do with that thing? But I don't know if should I do that? Should I cut this thing? And yeah, but you look at, 2 to 3 tons, but it's just I'm just gonna see. This may not be such a great idea, but if I can do this, I can make this body bigger like that. And what do you think? I think it needs to be cut back a little bit. Though I did all that work to do that, but bulking that up, if I cut this back a bit, I can do this. And it bulks out the body. But I think before I do that, I'm going to wrap the legs in the back like the same way I did the ones in the front. So yeah, because you look at it as zero. The stones that made Göbekli Tepe were also pretty big stones. They were like Stonehenge-like stones, and so that the Göbekli Tepe was dated to have been buried 12,000 years ago. And maybe it was made 12,000 years ago, but maybe it was made longer ago than 12,000 years ago. And there's like a pyramid mounds on the Americas, all across the world. There are pyramid mounds. And a lot of these pyramid mounds are just, they're just hills, but these things, and there's like one of them off the coast of Japan that's like underwater, because you see 12,000 years ago the ocean line, it was down 100 meters. Where our water level is now, well, it was 100 meters lower than where it is now. That's like 300 feet. There's been 300 feet of sea level rise in the last 12,000 years. And there is a fringe theory out there in which I kind of believe, because they think they found this on Greenland, that there is a crater underneath the ice shelf that has fossils that were clear down, fossilized plants and so forth, because there's a depression there that maybe a comet hit an ice shelf in Greenland 12,000 years ago, which led to what they call the period of time of the Younger Dryas period. The Younger Dryas, where there was a rapid melt-off, like over a course of 1,000 years or so. Yeah, maybe they're powered, but they may not be powered. Of course, they kind of think that maybe, I don't know. I mean, it's kind of fun just to imagine this stuff, you know, who knows what they were using it for? You know, it could just be like elaborate calendars they needed in order to know when to plant the corn or to plant this or that. But it is really fascinating. I've read a lot of those books that Graham Hancock is like Fingerprints of the Gods. First ran across that book. Gosh, like when did I read it? I read that in 2002, and I was living in this one room in a boarding house. I had an apartment before that, but my roommate was using meth, and I didn't want anything to do with people who were using drugs, and I just got the heck out of that situation. I couldn't really get rid of him. He wasn't, I was paying his rent and everything, and it was just a terrible situation. And so yeah, you know what? I think about that too. But you know what? I read this article that there there there's an experimental drug that they think will lengthen the telomeres, which can cause you to get younger. So they did an animal trial, and they gave this drug to a dog that was terminally ill with cancer, and after a few months of this drug, the dog started to get younger, and the cancer completely disappeared. And so that if that drug works in people, of course it's going to be the millionaire's drug, because it'd probably be like $1 million a dose or something like that. And the millionaires are the only ones who are going to be able to afford to take the drug. And none of us will ever, yeah, I don't know if that Kairos, I think that one day we're going to be able to change our DNA and live for thousands of years. But probably at that time, we will not be who we are today. We won't be as violent of people, and we probably will be a global civilization, because we really should be a global civilization, because there's really is only one people here. There are, yes, I know there's all these different colors of people, but we're all are the same. So you got to go, and you'll catch me the next time. All right, Mr. Brock, we'll see you the next time. I'm going to be on tomorrow night about 11, and then I'm taking Sunday and Monday off because I take the holidays off, and I got to put up my flag. I keep on forgetting I got to put my flag up, and yeah, so it is a holiday, and I need to put my flag up. I'm going to put this thing down. It's starting to slide off again, so we better put it up and get it to go like, come on, please work for me. Yes, have a wonderful night and sleep tight. And blessings and peace to you, Mr. Brock. All right, now we want to take this little section here, and we're going to wind the paper around and around there, that section of the tail. And then all right. Thank you. Thank you very much for being here. I hope my sound is not too terrible. I'm using a different um, a lavalier mic, and I have a wind muff on it, so that's supposed to block wind noises. I need to get another mic stand, and then I can use that other microphone. Or I use one of, if I were to figure out how to do this vertical live from a desktop. But I have a desktop in my garage office. But, okay. I still didn't get this one little spot. All right. So my sound quality is good. That's great. Yeah, because I really would like, I have all of the equipment, Thomas, to do even better sound. Like I have a 2-channel mixer board, and I have microphones, and I have other audio equipment. And the 2-channel mixer board is capable of being plugged into the computer, so it has a USB access. So, but right now, as I'm doing this program on an Android phone, and so I can't exactly. This thing's getting heavy. This has got heavy layers of paper on it. Yeah. Well, I guess then it would be if me and my family, that we could just live forever, with my family, my mom, my sister, my nieces and my nephews, and all the people that I love. If we could just live forever in good health. That would be a wish. Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of what I would wish for. But it wouldn't just be me. It would have to be my family, the people that I love in my life as well, because that's really very important. And okay, so we're gonna have that like that. So I think that will be good. And then so we may just give this a try and add some bulk to the body. But Azra, I think that's what everybody's wish would be. Is for most normal people. I'm sure that some people wish they could be like the king of the world and have power and all that. But I wouldn't want that. That doesn't sound like a great thing to have. Is to be a king or to have power and that stuff like that. I'm going to make this a little bit more. This may not be such a great idea, but I'm thinking if it is kind of like this dino dog thing, it needs to bulk the body out a bit. Now I just made it. Yeah. Well, I certainly hope that the Earth, survives the next century with all that we're doing to it, with all the pollution and the oceans heating up and everything. Let's see if that will work. Actually, I think I made it too. I think I took too much off. Yeah, yeah, I think so. But you know, they're kind of finding that we can't. I mean, there's not enough shielding like on the International Space Station, and that poor lady that has to be there till February, and she's having serious issues with the cosmic rays. I'm going to put this here. Let's go flip it over and see if this might be a mistake to do this. I kind of want to, you know, I think I took too much off. I think I took too much off. So maybe this is not really even a doable thing. Maybe. It adds some bulk to it, though. You know, the stars are so beautiful out tonight. Kind of reminds me of when I was a kid. I don't know. I think I cut this too. I cut too much off. But luckily for me, I have some more. I have some more of this, just a little bit more. You know, I don't know if I've seen the Northern Lights. I think I kind of saw them the other, you know, like a month ago or two. But I'm not quite sure if that is what I saw, though. Not quite sure if that's what I saw. Let's try this again. So we want to fit this in here like this and around kind of like that. Oh, why don't we just put a bunch of glue on it? Let's just put the glue on the top. But you know, where you're at in Alaska, you're seeing those northern lights all the time. I might need to come up. I'm going to get my Elmer's glue out. Take the Elmer's glue, because I do use this glue too. Yeah, living in Star Wars. I like Star Wars too. Yeah, I remember. Actually, I am old enough to have seen. I saw The New Hope when I was a kid, single-digit kid, and waited around the block to see it in this theater called the Elsinore in Salem, Oregon. My aunt took me to that, and I think I remember my dad fell asleep in it because he was a business. Well, he owned his own business. Every time we went to movies, my dad would always fall asleep in them. I can't get this glue out of here. So 12 people, 12 likes. And let's just put some glue over here on this other side. Get it in here real good. And yes, I kind of figured that you were younger than I am. I am a Generation Xer. I'm a Generation X person. I'm the generation that came right after the baby boomers. So if I was like born, well, if my parents were younger when they had me, then I would be I would have been a baby boomer too. My parents were not in the baby boomer generation, so they were in the one right before that. Because my father was born in 1938, and my mother was born in 1940. And but other siblings her three other younger siblings are baby boomers, but I am not, and so this is not wanting to stick very well. So on YouTube, I am living my destiny as a teacher. I did do some teaching I did have done teaching through my life, but I'd never gotten paid. Well, no, I have gotten paid for it. Yeah, I figured you were young. I figured you were young like that because you were talking like a person who was young like that. And this is not sticking very well. But I can remember what it was like to be that young. So, as you're, make sure you never start smoking. Because I started smoking when I was like 14. And that was like one of the worst mistakes. Using tobacco was probably one of the worst mistakes I'd ever made. And it took me so hard to get off the drugs. I mean, to get off the tobacco. That was it was so hard to do. And so let's go use this to wrap it up around, giving this thing more bulk. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? It is, and you're too young. You're too young to use substances anyway. You're best off is because your brain is still developing, and to it's just best to not use anything. I know it's easier said than done, but you're better off to never, because alcohol is poison. All of those, those drugs, they might be fun. I mean, I don't know. They gave me panic attacks, so there was nothing fun for me. But you're 14. Your brain is not really going to be developed until you're like 22 to 25. And you start using substances on a regular basis. I'm getting kind of preachy here, so I'm gonna bring out my card here. This is my random guy soapbox. I'm gonna be on my soapbox here for a minute, and so if I were to talk about alcohol, and I can talk about how I almost died on my 21st birthday because I got alcohol poisoning, and but I really don't recommend using alcohol. I mean, it's tasty and all, but when you're young people when they use alcohol, they tend to not drink good things, but I can't really talk because I worked as a bartender for years too. So, but I wasn't allowed to drink on the job. But anyways, I'm gonna get off my soapbox now. All I'm say is, don't ever try tobacco. It is so hard to get off tobacco. Once you get hooked on it, it's so hard. And it took me 12 years to get off of. Okay, so you tried that too. Yeah. Well, it is an acquired taste. It's kind of like green olives. Do you eat green olives? The green olives in the can taste terrible, but the green olives in the grocery stores, some green olives don't taste all that. They taste pretty pretty good. All right, now we are anchoring this thing to that. So you love the green ones. Okay. Well, I can't have alcohol anymore. It actually gives me migraines, and the drug that I'm on to regulate my blood sugar doesn't mix with alcohol. So there you have it. That is a problem. So this may have been a mistake, but I'm going to bring this back up here like that. Well, that's the front side, so we are trying to do that. Okay, the canned ones don't taste very good. But the canned green ones taste exactly like they taste like black ones. They take their the black ones, which are tasty, but the canned green ones are just yeah, that's what they just taste exactly like the black ones. All right. Let's see. How are we doing here? That was my little dino dog. I need to anchor the back and get this thing here to wrap it around there to get it to come together. Get this whole thing to come together. It's starting to come together. It's got a real big body here. Well, thank you. Because like I said earlier, I live in a pretty rural area. My mom just went to bed, and there's the dog. And in this neighborhood, I hardly ever get to talk to anybody. I mean, I got my next door neighbor. I occasionally talk to him, but he's elderly. And then I'm surrounded by a lot of elderly people. And then my sister, she's lives in the next town over. She lives like 40 miles away. She calls almost every day. My mom. And then I wish that her children, my nieces and nephews, would come by more often, because my mother really likes to see them. And famous deck. Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, that doesn't quite sound like such a great idea, but you never know. Welcome, famous deck. Welcome to Random Guy Art Night. And I think I almost got this thing joined. This thing's pretty slimy with all this stuff. I'm going to try and get it done here in the next few minutes. It'll probably have another... I wonder if I'll do anything else to it, though. I want to see if I can finish it tomorrow night. I don't... It's a paper mache creature. Yeah, it's a paper mache... Okay. Yeah. Well, it's just a random paper mache creature. Well, thank you for liking it. And here we go. We are going to work on the face here a little bit. I think I'm going to go back to newspaper, a little bit of newspaper print first. The head is purple because that's the paper. It's not. I use that paper to give it some structure because now it's not purple anymore. See, the head's not purple anymore. Spark, faceless. Spark is faceless. Welcome. Welcome. I'm using the materials I'm using are this is from a voter's pamphlet. So it's newsprint paper. This purple stuff is tissue wrapping paper. It's tissue paper, and then this is a paper bag. And I used a wire. I made a frame out of wire that I'm just kind of shaped it into something. And then I have some construction paper. And I probably will, tomorrow night, I'm going to finish this thing out. I may paint it. I may add some like paper, construction paper feathers. I'm probably going to do that. But it's right now, this thing is too wet to do, to use any of that material on it. It's too wet and too sticky. So those are the material. Those are the basic materials, and then this is a cooked flour, water paper mache paste. So yeah, that's the basic structure. I want to make some like antenna, and get these things to kind of come out a little bit further, like a big tall ears or something like that. And so yeah. And this is very delicate work here because at this time of the night, I've put so much of this glue on my fingers that all the paper starts to tear. I should probably just clean it off. So this is one of the fun. You know what? I have no recollection of doing paper mache in school at all. I know I must have. The only thing I remember making in art class is this. This was I made out of pottery. This is the only thing I remember making because I still have it. I suppose that's the reason why I remember. And so I need to clean my fingers off. I got this little bit of water here. So, yeah, maybe it's that. A sloth for a hand. I really don't know what that thing is either. I really don't know what this is. I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons when I was young. And it may have been. I know that I was playing Dungeons and Dragons when I was in high school art class. I know that for a fact. And this glove is toast. I think we'll have to. I'll finish this without. I got that water here, so sloth handle. The hand broke off quite a few years ago. That's the only thing I remember making, and there were other things I made. There were a bunch of cartoons that I would draw. I drew kind of real terrible cartoons, and so we'll put this on here. So, at Zero, do you have plans to play any sports in high school? Because I'm assuming you're going into high school. All right, let's see. Maybe we can make this thing go over like this so it has a. So you just enter. Okay, yeah, so I figured because you're 14 and that's the age that people go into high school. So let's make those ears kind of floppy out like that. I think that looks like a good ears. And then he's got a really small head, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, and I think I am. Yeah, yeah. You know what? I was never any good at sports. So I tried track and field in my freshman year, and I did. I did play like little guy football, which I was terrible at because some of the neighbors they wanted me to be a part of the team and do all that and I think they had me play center. I played center I played football in junior high. I tried basketball. I didn't do baseball, but it was just it wasn't. I didn't like sports. But I'm gonna put this thing so you don't plan to really don't play, and I'm used to. Okay. Well, there. Are you good at playing chess? If there's a chess club at your school, make sure you play you do that because I'm gonna put this guy aside and we're gonna go move over to this one and I'm gonna put a yeah. I was like one of the best chess players when I lived in this small town in McMinnville. I was like one of the best chess players in that town. The only other person who was better than me, well, he's an engineer now, and I used to play him when he was like when I was like in my 20s, and he was like 10, and he was really good. So we're gonna put a layer of just a little bit of a layer on this, so I can make it something easier to paint. I'm not quite sure. I'm just what I'm gonna do, but I had this idea a couple days ago when I made it that I was gonna add a layer of paper mache onto the top of this. And so, yeah, I'm going to put some paper on. I think I'm just going to use like little pieces, little flecks of it so that it can mold it into place. And paper creatures here. I wonder how many views this video is going to get. It's probably not as many as I got that one day where it was like 9,000 views, but I'm going to put that on here. I need to put some more glue on here. So, as Zero, did you watch I know it's a little bit adult for you, but that Netflix movie miniseries called it was The Queen's Gambit, because that had a lot of adult. Yeah, actually, you probably shouldn't watch it because of your being, for of course, I would have watched it at 14. Okay, so you did watch it. Yeah, wasn't that good? Let's just go do. while we have it over here, we'll do this side here as well. About the chess. I've seen almost every chess movie that exists. The Silius XDXX. Hello, welcome to my stream. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. Yeah, I actually like the book better. I really like the book. The book was really good, and the book didn't have anything about. The book didn't have as many of those drugs in it or at all. So, I am doing some finishing touches on this mask, this creature mask I made last Sunday. I made it out of a milk carton. Not a milk carton. Why do I just keep saying milk carton? An egg carton, and I made a paper clay out of an egg carton. I took the egg carton and I ran it through a food processor and ground it up into small pieces. And then I added paper mache glue to it in order to get it to stick together. Unspoken, okay, unspoken. And Caitlin Farley, I am what I'm doing is I'm adding just a layer of paint because I'm going to paint this mask tomorrow night starting at like 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Pacific as in the Pacific coast of the United States, not the Pacific coast of Asia someplace. And so this is a mask I made out of paper clay. It's just I'm just doing these things that it'll be 11 p.m. Actually 11 p.m. because you see 999 is an angel number, 111 11 is an angel number, and so I based this channel on angel numbers because for almost 2 years before I started this channel, I've been seeing angel numbers. Actually, it was, and then I still see angel numbers all the time. And it's funny when and then I occasionally do tarot on this. Yeah, I don't really need to answer that question. How about 0? I'm going to answer that question at 0. Unspoken. So it's 3 a.m. and your mom just woke up. So did I wake your mom up? Yeah, so you forgot about 0? Yeah, well, there's 0 is in there too. It's okay because there's all kinds of people out here in the world. And and I get some trolls in here, and he's not, I did have to block somebody last weekend. It was I don't even know what happened, but I had to block a person. But I think I think he just thinks you're a troll. That's all. So it's 7 a.m. and you're still awake. So where are you at, Caitlin Farley? If it's 7 a.m., is that like? Are you in Asia? Are you in? Are you on the? Wait, no. If it was in, yeah, yeah, that's right. Because you might be, you might be like the Philippines. Okay. All right. So let's have none of those that hate talk speak again. How about we just stop with the hate talk about each other and so you're asking. Okay, you're visiting a place. Okay. Yeah. Well, so are you visiting like? Is it like Japan? Is that where you're at? I'm thinking time zone way. I know that if you're it's 7 a.m. where you're at, it's got to be to the east of the states. Yes, this entire sculpture is made out of paper. Well, it's paper, and then it's this stuff, and this stuff here, as I've mentioned, is the if you added cream and butter to it and some other flavoring, it would be gravy. That's essentially what this is gravy. It's a flavorless gravy, and I'm trying to smooth down this surface so it doesn't look and change the color of it just a little bit. That's what I'm doing right here. I might leave the eye sockets like that, but if I put this paper mache goo in here, it might actually smooth things out. And then when you kind of want to give it some emotion. I don't know if it's going to have emotion, but of course, when I was in my mind was Batman. Batman was in my mind when I formed this. Hey, has well, I'm not going to give up. I'm when I when I finish this layer on this top thing, then I'm going to turn the camera off for the night. You're Batman, yeah. Did you has anybody ever seen the very first Batman ever that was ever in film? And if you know the, because I ran across this in a used record store. Gosh, when I lived up in Seattle, and I lived in Seattle between 2003 and 2011. So during that time period, um, it was a it was on VHS too. I miss VHS, but no, it's not the blue Batman. It's the first Batman. And the first Batman was filmed during World War II, during the Second World War, and so before you would have when they would show a movie, they would first start with a newsreel. So you think you've seen it, yeah, and it's like the one of the supervillains is a character named Peter Lorre, and Peter Lorre is a very distinctive actor from that time period, and um, and so the Batman was kind of like a military special operations kind of a guy, but um, I don't know. It was just very different. And there was a Robin too, but it was not the Adam West Batman. So the Adam West Batman is like the second one. So yeah. Well, I think I'm going to be on for like another. My lights are going to burn out within the next 20 minutes. I have about 20 minutes left on my lights, and so that's just about the longest I can be on for. And I still want to, I'm gonna have to plug them back in, and then I want to do, because I bought some new tarot decks, and I want to do, for a long play video, do the flip through for. So it's 108 where you're at. So then you were the silliest XT. I forgot what your name was. Let me go back. What you wanted me to call you? Ultimate. Where you're back here. Let's see. Oh, unspoken. So unspoken. You're Central Time, right? No, you're like in Idaho. So that if it's 108, you're like, it's like Idaho time, right? Or is it like it's Las Vegas? Yeah, why don't you try that? That sounds like a great idea. No, you can just go watch paint dry. No, I'm not in that rural of an area. I'm not in that rural. Okay, you're in Hawaii. Oh, I love Hawaii. I'd like to go back again. Who knows when I'll be able to go back again, but it's not going to be for a long while. No, I live in the Coast Mountains in Oregon, about 25 miles from the ocean. So what do you like in Guam? Are you in Guam, Caitlin? Or Japan? It's getting kind of breezy here. And anyways, this has been a great night. I can feel it winding down here. I've been sitting too long. I can't sit for too long. My blood pressure will start going up on me, and because I'm an awfully old person. Well, not that old. I'm Generation X. Generation Xers aren't that old quite yet, but they're getting there. Hawaii. Visit the places, yeah. Well, make sure you go to Waikiki. Are you going to the Big Island? I mean, Oahu? Well, thank you. So for Caitlin, I want to tell you a story. Are you leaving? Yeah, thank you very much for the and that's a very kind compliment there, unspoken. So, Caitlin Farley, I want to tell you a story about Hawaii. In 2018, I went to Hawaii to go spend my birthday there. I went by myself and had a great time. But while I was there, I went into a Walmart in Honolulu, and I ran into a person I used to work with because I used to work in a casino in Oregon. I worked in a casino in Oregon for a long time, and this lady was I was in food and beverage, doing cashier work for a buffet and a casino buffet, and then I moved into doing food and beverage as a floor server, where you run around the slot machines and you ask people for cocktails, and so serving alcohol. And then I moved into a position of of a bar back and then moved into a bartender position. But while I was there at the casino, this lady, I don't remember her name, but she went on to she left her job, and she was a native, she was indigenous, and she took a job on a cruise ship and then sailed around the world for like 2 years, and then got off a ship in Honolulu and just stayed. And then she got a job in at a Walmart. And so in 2018, she as a security officer. But then in 2018, I went to go spend my birthday in Hawaii, and then I was visiting with some people that I went to school with who worked in Hawaii. And actually, there's somebody I went to school, like in high school. And there she was, and it was just like, well, that was just so amazing, such a small world, and it's just really unbelievable sometimes, the things that happen in our lives. You run in that, and so yeah. And like when I was living in Seattle, I'd always be running into on buses little old ladies that reminded me of my grandmother. My grandmother died in October 1993. My first grandmother, my dad's mother, she passed away in 1980. And her husband, my grandfather, passed away when he was 57 years old in 1974. And so all of my grandparents are gone. My dad is gone. My mom is the only one that's left, and it's kind of, well, it's the way it is. That's the way life works. And we lose people. Yes, sir, I am, like I said, I'm a Generation Xer, and I go back a long ways. I'm going to do this backside here. You know what? You don't have to. You don't have to be sorry, because these are just facts of life. The facts of life that's the fact of life. I'm just telling my story, and that's the way it is. And I celebrate the time that you have with the people that you love, and that's really what's kind of important. Is we just never know. We don't have any knowledge. We weren't given that piece of information. And it's not really. It's information that's not really important to know. Is that stuff. But the important things is what do you do with the time that you have while you're here? And making, yeah, I know it's so hard. And then like a month ago, I guess no, it was like 3 weeks ago. One of my mom's first cousin, he was 81, and his son 41. They both got killed at the same time. They got run over by a car. They lived in a densely populated rural area east of Portland, Oregon, and it was like 9 o'clock at night. At that time in the month, it wasn't quite dark yet, but it was close. But you see, the thing is, my second cousin, he had lost his wife 4 years earlier, and then now his two children are orphaned because he's gone, and his wife died in a car accident, and he got hit by a car. And so, yeah, it's just like, you gotta treasure the time that you have with these people, and just making, and it's easy to get, when you're young and so forth. It's really easy to be angry and yeah, yeah. So you know what, you don't really want to go to sleep angry at people. And one of my college roommates, and it was that first roommate after college, and he's like he just turned 60. I'm 50. I'm gonna be 57 on my next birthday. But 2 years, or it was a year ago, 2 years ago, he had a massive stroke. And and yes, it's gravy. This is gravy. It is the base recipe for that white sauce that you use to make biscuits and gravy. It's flour, salt, cornstarch, and water. And so this is what and then if you were to add butter and heavy cream and like some bits of bacon in it, and then you would have that gravy that goes in for biscuits and eggs. And so if you cook it, all right, bye bye. I'll be back in here tomorrow night at 11 p.m. Pacific, West Coast America time. Pacific time, as in Pacific, as in not Alaska, but Pacific as in the West Coast, Oregon. And so, yeah. Yeah, so anyways. But, thank you for being here now. I really appreciated your support and for pushing the like button and so forth. And I do a wide variety of stuff, from painting and then if you go down and look at my long play videos, you might like the one with the crystal ball. I have a little crystal ball. It's more of a. It's more. It's more this. It's more that. It's more ASMR than this is. This is it could be construed as rambling talk, visual textures, old school ASMR. I'm not doing the clicks of the tongue because I'm not, and all of that kind of stuff. But this is what I'm doing. But anyways, that's that. And you stayed almost clear out to the end anyway, Caitlin, because I am within just a minutes of needing to turn this stream on. I've been on here for 2 hours. And 2 hours, and I want to have my watermelon before I start doing the next. I have a tarot deck. This is a brand new tarot deck here. I remember you from last night, and I'm going to go through it as a long play video. And if I get the editing done in time, I will release that for Monday. That's providing I do it in one take and I don't have to do too much to it. I'm editing on a telephone and on my on this. Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't do tarot readings on this channel. Ultimate. I was thinking though that I might start doing single card oracle pulls, and I think I might start doing this when I start my third year of this channel, which is on 9/9 of September 9th is when I start in on my third year of this channel. And then I think I'm going to, on that night, I will do, I think, single card oracle readings. But I'm not. So I think I'll do that. I was thinking about it, but I think I'll do that. And then that kind of satisfies the fact that I am also a tarot channel too. And I've been on other people's tarot shows before, and as a guest, so I've done that recently. But anyways, but I'm not sure that I really want to answer questions like, is my girlfriend going to be coming back to me or whatever? I don't know. I think I would be more of wanting to answer questions of like, what is my current state of being right now? I think that would probably, I don't know. But you don't, as a reader, you don't get a chance, you don't get the choice to, yeah. Anyways, I've talked enough. What's sorry? What are you sorry about? Oh, that's Tarot. Tarot. Tarot is spelled Tarot. So, anyways, because a lot of it, if I'm just kind of like soapboxing here. You see, I got this my random guy soapbox. So I come straight out of Christian tradition, and I still consider myself a Christian, but as a esoteric Christian, and there's lots of Christians that do use tarot, and so I'm not a very strict Christian, so you could call me a heretic Christian if you wanted to. And that would be kind of true. That would be kind of like what some. All right. Well, you stayed until almost the end. You stayed almost till the end, and so just remember, if you want to come back and watch when I go paint these, I'm going to paint this mask and probably this mask tomorrow night. I might need to do just a little bit more fixing on the paper mache, but I'm not going to get to that here. And maybe the dino dog. Yeah, I think yeah, I might, yeah. Anyway, that's it. That's the plan. So thank you very much for being here. I forgot what your name is. Was it Adam? Was it Adam from Russia? Was that what your name was? Because you were on 2 nights ago, I think it was. Because I wasn't feeling well last night, so I didn't go on. No, yeah, I didn't go do a live stream. Thursday night, I didn't feel very good, so. But yeah. I wonder if Thomas from Tarot Your Way is still here doing macaroni art. Well, was he making macaroni and cheese or was he doing macaroni art? He said macaroni art, but here I am taking people literally because that's just the type of person I am. And let's see, we're gonna get this thing to spike out here. Do just a little bit more over here. Single layer of paper over this paper thing. You know, this has been such a pleasant night. You just never know what it's going to be like when you come on. You know, and didn't really have very many trolls. There was that one troll question, but didn't have that person that said it was witchcraft or anything like that. The witchcraft person. Didn't have that person, which has been such a pleasant. You guys have been so good. Let's see. Kind of got it there. We don't have quite into the eye holes there. Or into the bridge of the nose. You know, I feel so blessed right now. And this has been a blessed day. It's been nice and warm. I got 2 walks in. I got to take my mom I didn't take a little dog for a walk. I took mother for a walk. We did go after dark. It'd be nice to take a little dog for a walk too, but that just didn't happen. I was actually dilly-dallying around too much trying to get my show together for tonight. $13 likes and 13 people watching in right now. I think we'll come in here so you can put this right on the bridge of the nose. And little Pee-wee's out in the hall watching over. 15 people here, 13 likes. We have all the little lurkers there, and almost done. Almost done with this. Let me put this in here. And around the eyes. Maybe it's a cat. I don't know what this... Is it a bat or a cat? All right. It has reawakened this thing. We're going to put that back in like that. And like that. This thing still is really slimy. I'm going to stick my finger in the eye, huh? Stick the finger in the eye. Get that in there. It's all smoothed out. I don't want it to dry like that. Changes the eye sockets and so forth. Let's see when it goes on. It's too sticky to put on my face right now to test it out. So there we have it. So today it was this, oh, fell over. This little guy. So we got this little dino dog creature, and then this Catman Batman mask. And here we go. Put that over here. And take this glove off. And let's just take, oh crap. I spilled water all over everything. Just didn't want to do that. Getting water all over the table. The cards, don't want that to happen. Put that over there. Little icons. Little doodads. Got all these nice doodads here. Let's get this stuff off my hands. Another paper towel here. Get this off my hands. Uh-oh, hit the camera again. So I can get the sticky off my hands. And at this time of the evening, I pull out my tiny tarot deck and see what it has to say for us about this blessed night. Hopefully it has something good to say. Judgment. I pulled the Judgment card. And what this means is it's all about rebirth, about being born again. And at the time of judgment, the angel trumpet blares out from the sky, and you are shed of your old life is ripped away, and you're born into a brand new life, ready to greet the world, the new world, born into a new world. And that's what this card means. And so a transformative experience. Maybe that was your experience in watching this show today, in watching somebody start from almost nothing, and then this thing come out of nothingness and became something. This paper mache. Now this started as something, and we added something else to it, and tomorrow it will become something new again with a fresh coat of paint. And sometimes that's all a rebirth is in your life. To be born again, to be born new. To be born new where your past no longer influences you in your present day, in your tomorrows. Maybe that requires doing a lot of forgiveness work. Maybe people were mean to you while you were growing up. And being in this state of rebirth, in this state of judgment, is to let go of all of that which people have done to you, and you can't blame them for, once this state of judgment comes into being, that thing is no longer affects you in that manner. And you have the power to walk away from that anger or whatever it is that is plaguing you. You can shed that away, shed it away, and become a new being. And that's what this means. And that is what the spirit of this card is rebirth. Kind of just like this, rebirth. This, in a sense of rebirth. Another icon here that means exactly that is this one, where Mary, the mother of Jesus, passes on. But this here, Jesus taking Mary bodily, taking her soul to heaven to be with Source, to be one with Source. That is what this means. And this card, Judgment card, is very similar to that. That's what the promise of Jesus is that this experience that Jesus had with God the Father is the experience that we can have with God the Father, or God the Mother, the Source, to have connection and being connected. And that is what the Jesus experience is. And here Mary is with her newborn Jesus, this Jesus that has undergone a rebirth. So that is how there is a relatedness to the Christian story and the tarot experience between the fool to the world. And this is the step before the world. You're going through a whole series of challenges, and you come to judgment where you are reborn. And the next day, the next step is to step into the world as a new being, a new creation. And then the journey begins all over again until one day you have worked through everything. And so there is this spiritual journey that exists within the tarot. And that is one of the ways that you can use the tarot. Actually, that's how it was used 100 years ago or 200 years ago in the secret societies, the Golden Dawn, the Rosicrucians, the Cabal. They used the tarot as a way to mark your spiritual progress in your life. They weren't using it to divine what job you should take or whatnot. As far as I know, they weren't using it for that. But for the more purest sense, that is what the tarot was used for. It was a spiritual tool to kind of to mark your progress. And in some sense, it's not that much different than a rosary. But a rosary is a meditative tool, a timekeeping tool to pray a certain meditation, and that's what, because each bead, but it's different time. It's not like clock time. It's prayer time in a different type of but it was also that rosary was used so that the common person could have a ritual that was similar to what the monastics did in the way back time. So anyways, that's all for tonight. Come back tomorrow for another random guy art night on the 999 ASMR Tarot. We will do some more visual textures. I'm going to paint these guys. Paint these two critters here. I will probably do a little bit more work on the the Dino Dog. A little bit more work on the Dino Dog. Tomorrow, off camera. I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe I'll do it on camera. Who knows? Anyways, I'm going to call it a night. I've been on here for 2 hours and 20 minutes. So it is probably like close to 1 o'clock now. So I wanted to thank everybody for tuning in, for everybody for pushing the like button that pushed the like button, everybody for pushing the sub button that pushed the sub button, and for everyone who came into the chat to say hello, and for the wonderful conversations that we had. Thank you, everyone, for being here, and I want to wish you a blessed holiday weekend for the Labor Day weekend and a blessed week. Thank you, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.